Hello and welcome to another episode of the Whiskey House Pub House. Come on in, see what's happening, pay the price, and get your tickets to the show. I'm your host, Dylan, and with me today is Liquor Boy, or his other alias, Whiskey Boy.
Hello.
How's it going?
Great.
Did you like the intro?
It was fantastic.
I thought of it on the car right here.
Nice.
We'll see if anyone knows the musical reference.
I don't.
Oh, no? You don't?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, another day. It's midweek for us. Thursday. We don't normally record midweek. It's kind of weird.
Everyone else is just losers, so.
Well, let's the listeners into a little behind the scenes. It is hard to try and get everyone together. I've said this a lot of times actually, so it's not a surprise.
Everyone else has like lives and crap, whatever.
Except for us, where we are located in the, I guess, Whiskey Cloffice, we called it before.
Yeah.
Previous recordings have never been held in this.
Ever?
No, I don't think so. No.
I'm honored.
It's been a while. The Prague Parlor is lost. We do not have the Prague Parlor anymore. I don't think you were ever in the Prague Parlor.
What was that?
New Prague.
Right, but
Yeah. Just the room where we recorded at.
yeah, I did
In the Prague
episodes there.
Parlor?
Yeah.
Not in the, I'm talking about the upstairs.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not upstairs.
Okay. Yep. No, I don't know if this is going to be a regular area. I kind of like this. This was my hope to have like a little area to record, maybe like three of us as a max.
Should probably organize this a little more if you want a third.
Yeah. I mean, there's a desk in here right now. I kind of like it, but it's not really. Actually, this is the location where I've been doing the single reviews, which I'm sure you've listened to all of my single reviews.
All of them.
Okay.
Just every single one.
All of them. So the last episode we did was the $30 Scotch challenge.
Yep.
Did you listen back to that?
Nope.
Of course. I'm starting to pick up on a theme that nobody listens back to other previous episodes.
Well, there's no reason for us to listen if we're in it.
What if I am editing these episodes? What if I put something in there that is a great offense to you guys?
Good for you.
And only the listeners and myself know of the things, the debauchery that I put into
The Buffalo Boys.
the Buffalo Boys, the clips of Carter that I am using and storing for my own nefarious purposes.
What are you up to, like 200 now?
Oh, just clips?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm actually more particular with the clips I use. If I was just using just clips that I thought would be entertaining, there would be a lot more. But I'm cherry picking the ones. I did actually start making a Zach file.
Nice.
I can't think of any off the top of my head particular, but I am saving them up for one day to cash them out for a new kind of episode. So
Just a solo episode that you just add them in. 100%.
Yeah, 100% just me by myself in the cloffice and make me feel like I'm recording. No. This will probably go out next week, so there'll be 1 week of open, no podcast release, which was fine. But the problem is us not being able to record. It's like we kind of have to get to like the main episodes ideas, so we never get time for like these side minor things that would just be good to do, which we might be doing today, I think. But
Probably.
anyways, how's it going? Let's bring us up to date in the life of Liquor Boy as far as whiskey related or beverage related things happening.
Not a whole lot. Just got back from Texas a couple weeks ago. Went down to Balcones.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Didn't have time to do the tour, but got some bottles.
I think if anyone were following us on Instagram, they could have seen some of your posts and the happenings while you guys were down there.
Yep. Went to a handful of liquor stores. Got some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Um.
Snakes and Belkona stuff from me.
Yep. Some Wellers. Still Austin.
Oh, did you guys get some still Austin? Did you
Yeah, I
find
got the
cast
rye
strength?
and the cast strength.
Oh, have you tried the cast strength?
I have not yet.
I got a bottle.
I haven't. I've only opened the Balcones rye, but I didn't even get that from Texas.
Well, you can get the regular 100 anywhere.
Yeah, but I didn't get it from Texas. I actually got it from Wisconsin last week.
What?
I got some little tiny store in Superior, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I got what was that? Sunday? I got
We've been to Wisconsin. There's seems
not
like there's,
Superior, but
no, but I mean, just in general, it seems like there's a lot of.
they get so
I
much
don't,
more.
I don't know. Well, see, I don't know if I want to say more variety. It's just different. It's for sure different. And I think we get burnt out in the selection that we have in the state.
Yeah, because it's all the same. Every store has the
To
same
us,
stuff.
yes.
Right.
I 100% agree. But I guess that's nice having Wisconsin pretty close, as you can
Yeah,
just
it's like 30 minutes.
right go over there and find some Heaven Hill 7-year BIB.
Well, kind of.
That's pretty nice. Well, we found that. What are you talking about?
At the last store.
Yeah, we checked. We only checked 4.
I guess that's true.
We only spent a couple hours.
I found one on Sunday.
Yeah, how much
They
was
wanted
that?
like $70 for it.
No,
It's not worth it.
So I don't even. Here's my dilemma: is I don't actually know this, but you have the Heaven Hill 7-year bottle and bond, which they killed off the old version of that a couple years ago. Was I think the 6-year, which was like dirt cheap, but it was solid.
Okay.
I've never had it. I think it was Kentucky only.
Never heard of it.
But it was solid. It was people's favorite. They killed it, bumped up the age statement a year, and then began charging like $30, $40 more, essentially, I think.
The 7 years only $39.99 MSRP.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Asterisk on the price then. So, but they did increase the price.
Okay.
And so you have that area, the 7-year BIB, so the $40, we'll say, $40 to $50.
It's supposed to be.
And then the other camp, you have the Henry McKenna 10-year single barrel. Oh, which the other one, the 7-year is also a single barrel too.
It is?
Isn't it? I think it is.
Where's your bottle?
The cabinet.
Oh, I don't want to get up.
We'll probably have to check it anyways. We'll put here. Well, just Google it.
It's not like we have technology or anything.
But my thing is, so this same mash bill, I believe. What's the point? What's the purpose of those two?
No idea.
I mean, until recently, Henry McKenna was in the $30 to $40 range too.
It's been a while.
I suppose, but recently, as far as whiskey goes,
Doesn't say anything about single barrel.
I could have sworn it was single barrel.
It's just bottled and bond. 7 years old. Get them on Drizzly right now for $46.99. I don't know if they ship here, but the ones we got in Wisconsin were 40 or 50, or were they 54 after tax? Something like that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Well, you got one too when we went out there.
So yeah, I'm just responding. I was doing research. Yeah, so it is not a single barrel. I don't know where I got that. My mistake.
No idea.
My mistake. But I don't know. I feel like I'm just getting burnt out on Heaven Hill's changes that they've been going through with some of their brands.
Well, the McKenna's just not worth it anymore.
They're sitting around for $60, $70 regularly.
The bottle that our current bottle at home is horrible.
You guys have never been a fan of it. I think you still have the same bottle. Is that your original bottle you've ever gotten?
No.
No,
That was the first one Dad got.
Okay.
Carter's had one in a decanter for the last 4 years.
I'll be honest. For the $40, it was good. It was great.
I
to
think
good.
it's just our bottle because I've had other ones that are much better than the one that we have at home.
I think I have 3 that I got before the price increase.
Yeah.
And I have 2 open right now. Actually, I might have finished the 1, so I have 1 open right now.
Okay.
But before the price increase, they were a staple, 50%, a single barrel. They were all good for the money. But now at $60, no.
It's not worth it. For me, at least.
Well, you got to think about it's in the same price territory as Knob Creek 12-year. 100 proof.
I've never had the 12-year.
I got that.
I've had the... I've had the 15.
But, that's the thing. It's like, why? What's the purpose? We've jumped the price so much on that. It's just, I guess it irritates me.
Yeah.
It shouldn't, but it's just something that was and now it is not. But, it did make it more attainable. So I guess I'll ask the question, since it's a good segue, is, do you think it's better to have it on the shelf for more money, or would you like to have it for the price it was, but not be able to find it regularly?
I'd rather it be cheaper.
Me too, I suppose. But we're the minority. We would probably buy 1 to 2. I would buy 1 anytime I saw it.
If it was still $40,
right? I would probably buy 1 every time I saw it. I wouldn't buy 3 to 4, like some people do, and try to flip them. But if I saw 1 on the shelf for that $30 to $40, I'd pick 1 up.
I don't think I like it enough to. I
get that.
We don't go through bottles like hardly at all.
Well, neither do I.
Right.
We are sitting in a room filled
with bottles.
I have to get another rack. There's shelving because this is completely full. I have boxes on the floor now, and that cabinet is completely full. Oh, it's completely full.
You literally need to line this room.
I need to put more racking on your right side.
Yeah.
Which is my plan at some point. Worst case scenario, that barrel that's behind you is going to be a
table or something. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, I
think we should sip on something because I got a couple points, some news that I think we should discuss. I'd like to get your input on.
Okay.
But I figure we should fill our glass. So because you're the guest and we've never had an episode here, what I'm going to let you do is you can pick anything, including the cabinet.
Anything.
So I would look at the cabinet.
Stay tuned.
As long as it's not open, which is pretty much everything.
It's not open?
Yeah, I think I got some Balcona stuff that I haven't opened yet.
So make sure it is open.
Yeah, make sure it's open.
Okay.
Sorry. So yeah, why don't you take a peek and find out something interesting?
All right.
What'd you get? So I don't believe we've had this one before. We did an episode about its other recipes before, but I don't think we had this particular one. This is
open, right?
Yeah, it's open.
Okay.
This is the Four Roses single barrel strength. They have 10 recipes. This is the OBSV, the high rye mash bill at 35%.
Oh, high rye.
Yeah. Cork pop.
Would you believe me if I told you I've never had any Four Roses before? Ever.
Anything.
Ever. Nothing.
I would say, why does your father hate Four Roses? This is 53.3% alcohol. So you've never had any Four Roses at all?
Nope. Barely even touched the bottle.
I got the small batch select. That's pretty good.
Where's that?
Right next to the John J. Bowman. Or Isaac Bowman, not John J. Bowman.
Behind it? Oh, no, I see it. Never mind.
Yeah. This is the only high rye one I have. All the other ones are the low rye.
I love rye so much.
All right, so as we're sipping on this, a couple points we'll talk about.
Let's talk about that submarine.
Let's talk about that submarine. So That is a good segue. I am waiting for the first Jefferson Submariner edition, or like aged undersea edition of Jefferson's Ocean.
I will be first in line to buy that.
It'll be like $1,000 a bottle.
Sure.
We submerged this barrel for 6 months and aged it
Next to the Titanic.
and it didn't do anything because you can't do that.
It's all just salty water now.
Well, did you hear about there was a boat in one of the Great Lakes? It might have been Superior.
Edmund Fitzgerald?
Yeah, actually. No, it wasn't. No, it was a boat that sunk during like Prohibition, or like the 20s, or right after. And it had some crazy amount of barrels, and they were filled with whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was during Prohibition, because the problem was people weren't sure if it was actually going to be good whiskey, because it might have been bootlegged and the bad stuff,
Right.
Not properly cut, or it could have things that aren't supposed to be consumed, like acids or whatever.
Right.
Some of the nasty stuff. But I think they were going to try to get some of those barrels recovered. And I think it was going to take them a while, but just an interesting kind of sidetrack.
Wouldn't they just get filled with regular water? Like,
Well, I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not sure how that would work.
because the outside of the barrels would also be like soaked.
I'm pretty sure that they thought that would have been fine. But I'd have to find the article again. And I think this is probably from a year ago or so.
Okay.
That's a good question. I believe they said no, but I'm not sure why. Like, I assume that there's an actual good reason for it, and other than there's enough distance in the wood, between the wood and the water, to not allow mingling. I'm not sure. Anyways, it's fitting that you picked Four Roses. One of the things we want to talk about is, did you see they're doing a whole rebranding, like update label.
You've told me about it.
All the labels are getting changed, from the small batch to the entry, like around the $20 one, and the cask strengths are all getting kind of a newer label update. So kind of cool. Nothing else is changing, but just that.
Just the labels.
In that announcement, they also said that there's going to be a limited sampler kit of all 10 recipes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Available in 50 ml bottles to, I believe, at the distillery location.
So is that going to be a all the time thing?
We don't know. It might say, and I just missed it, but I don't believe it actually specifies on how long it's going to be. It might be a limited thing. It's going to be in some select markets. Four Roses gift shop in Kentucky at select stores, and there was like one or two other states, but I know Illinois was another one, because that was the closest thing to us. And I'm like, we got to go there. Well, get all the rest, but it's like it's expensive. It's like $150.
What?
Yeah,
That's stupid.
well, it is, because it's only 50 ml bottles, but it is expensive to package. The time too.
It's not even like a full bottle's worth of liquor.
No, 50. Do you know how big 50 mils is?
Yeah, 50 milliliters times 10.
It's like 2 and a partial ounces.
No,
Oh,
right.
I see. Yeah.
It's not even like a full bottle.
Right.
Only 500 milliliters
No, exactly. Like, it is.
for $150.
It is a very small amount of whiskey for
A large
price.
amount of money.
But I mean, until recently, the only other way to try all 10 recipes
Was to get
was to
single
end up
barrels.
finding all the single barrels, which is incredibly hard.
Yeah, around here especially.
And I think I have 4 recipes. No. Yeah,
Well-
I have 4 recipes, 4 to 5. Cask strength single barrels.
I don't think that's a cask strength.
No, it's not. The label,
The one up top is.
well, until recently, These labels are all like
Lighter.
a yellowish cream, and the standard ones are more of a
Burnt.
bark colored label for the old ones.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really cool, and I would love to find and get the sampler pack to have that chance to try all 10 recipes side by side.
You buy one and we'll try them. I'll buy one and not open them.
Well, there's a chance that if they're selling it long enough, we could find it in Kentucky when we go.
Yeah. I mean, that's only. Oh, geez, that's only like 2.5 months away.
You ready?
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm ready to go, but my wallet's not.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I mean, that being said, I think it's expensive. Is that your kind of consensus too?
I mean, I think it's cool.
Let's put it this way. Are you going to buy it for that $150 price?
I mean, yeah, I'll probably buy it, but it's going to be really hard to open it. Just like we got a Parker's Heritage double barreled. Like, yeah, I want to open it, but it's kind of hard spending that much money. It was $200.
Right.
But also, I spent $200 on the Wild Turkey 12 year, and I opened that up. I wouldn't say no problem, but oh, that hurts.
I'm trying to find the.
Oh, I just got a Snapchat from Alex.
I know I responded to it.
Oh, okay. What does he mean, unfiltered Blanton's? Is that just Blanton's straight from the barrel?
It's $100
for $100 an ounce. They have the.
Our friend is at a bar and he sees the Blanton straight from the barrel, but it's $100 an ounce.
They also have the Van Winkle Family Reserve Rye 13 year.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen one of those.
I'm sure it's probably really, really expensive.
Oh, I'm sure. They got the Lot B right next to it, and that's probably.
I can't find the price
too.
on this gift pack, but still.
I mean, yeah, I probably will buy one, but
what do you think about this Four Roses that we're having?
I like it. For my first ever experience with Four Roses.
And this is typically about $65, $70. Not terrible. This is 10 years and 9 months old. And it was picked from Happy Harry's Bottle Shop in Fargo.
Oh.
By my great well, not great as far as generation, but just a great person, my uncle.
He is pretty great. He's gotten me a few bottles.
We kind of have a ring operation going on.
Don't tell him about the Google Docs.
Oh yeah, the Google Docs.
The Google Sheets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't want to know about that. Well, next subject I want to talk about. Whistle Pig released a new whiskey.
Oh, yeah. I just saw 1010 got this today.
Yep. What I'm referencing is the new limited edition Whistle Pig Pit Viper edition. It's a non-age stated rye. Or no, it's not even a rye. It's a wheat whiskey.
Really? Okay, that changes things.
So reading from their website, this is the type up they came up with. Whistle Pig and Pit Viper have teamed up to take the season by the tail, ham it up, and free pour a glass to our favorite star, the sun. We're proud to be 100% solar powered at the Whistle Pig Farm and Distillery, and created this limited edition summer stock whiskey to celebrate. A blend of wheat and rye whiskeys, finished in a toasted barrel Solera. This laid-back summer sipper is made to enjoy after sunny adventures all season long. Pair with Pit Vipers to sip with style and performance. A portion of proceeds from the Whistle Pig Summerstock Whiskey and Pit Viper Summerstock Sunglasses duo will be donated to every solar. Excuse me, to everybody solar. I'm not familiar what that organization is.
Interesting. And the bottles look just absolutely, I don't want to say horrendous, but like...
Actually, that's exactly what I was thinking. It was horrendous.
They're kind of cool.
Well, it's what... You're going to have the same thought about the bottle as depending on what your thoughts on Pit Viper is.
Is it bad to say that I almost bought a pair of Pit Vipers?
I don't almost think, but... So it's a amalgamation of wheat and rye whiskey. I don't have the percentages on it, but
I feel like that's a pretty common thing with Whistle Pig.
But it's wheat whiskey, so where are they getting the wheat whiskey?
Canada,
maybe, but not necessarily.
Those strange Canadians.
I mean, it's $65. It's 43% alcohol.
That's it.
Yeah.
How much was it? $65?
$65. SRP.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems gimmicky. So have you seen the other one?
The Traeger one.
They did a Traeger one, and they did a highway, like road aged one.
Yeah.
It's just been... It just doesn't seem... Like all their stuff is kind of just seems like it's weird.
It is. I don't know. I've also never had Whistle Pig, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't, without trying it. My thoughts are it just seems cash grabby.
Yeah, I mean, just with the flashiness of the bottle. So they must have just hit our market, but.
Oh, it's the new one, yeah.
Yeah. When I was driving down to Texas a couple weeks ago in Kansas City, I saw one on the shelf for $65. And I didn't even think anything about it. Because I'm like, oh, it's just another Whistle Pig with their weird marketing.
Well, how much is the piggyback?
I saw one for $49 on Sunday.
So, I mean, in our local area, you can get the 10-year for $80. You can get cast strength for $90 to $100. The 6-year piggyback is $52. Their farm stock is $77. Road stock rye, that's the one. That's also $40 or $74. Smoke stock whiskey. That's the Traeger one. $74.
Yeah, I see that one a lot. Or at least I did.
So they're set up. I mean, they've always been set up as a premium brand.
But I feel like they don't have anything to back that.
They only have the age statement. They have the 10-year, the 15,
18.
And 18. Well, yeah, and then the Boss Hog.
I know nothing about those.
But so you're set up for a premium brand, but then you release like what feels to be these gimmicks or like just weird marketing choices.
Yeah, it just seems, like you said, cash grabby.
Like, it's popular. Pit Viper is popular, and that's why they teamed up with it.
Well, yeah, because all the people...
It's not a bad it's not a bad business choice. I'm not saying that. They're obviously very smart people.
Right.
But it just seems dumb from a whiskey consumer standpoint.
All the people that buy Pit Vipers are going to go buy a bottle because it says Pit Viper on it.
I can't say that. I mean, I guess what I have to think about is the people that I know that own Pit Vipers, would they do it? And the answer is probably. Like Brooklyn.
I was just first person
go buy
Brooklyn.
A bottle of this. But there's no way that I would ever go buy a $65 43% non-age dated rye whiskey. Not even a rye whiskey, a wheat mixed rye.
Right.
So who knows the percentage, but it's not even a straight whiskey because it's a blend.
If it was like
so it'll be
$40, maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's what it should be. It should be in the $40 range.
Yeah.
It has absolutely nothing going for it that should dictate this price.
Right. Exactly.
It's just all marketing.
It's because you're paying for the name. That's it. You're paying for Pit Viper to be on the bottle.
So why wouldn't I go out and get Piggyback 6 year?
Because it doesn't say Pit Viper on it.
Well, yeah. It just seems really dumb.
I agree.
And somebody said that it should come with sunglasses. It should. For $65.
You know what?
It should come with sunglasses.
Make it $80 and I'll buy that with a pair of sunglasses.
At least justify the price. Yes. Include something like if it was $65 on its own for that whiskey, it is not worth it. No. I agree. If they bumped it to $80 and it's $40 for the whiskey or $50, and the rest is justified off of the pair of sunglasses.
Even if they're not like full on Pit Vipers, but like a decent pair of sunglasses,
which Pit Vipers are not really.
not really.
But it seems out of place. That's all I'm trying to say is it seems like it's very out of place for that brand. In whiskey in general, you don't see anything like this, which I'd be curious to see how it does for them. But whiskey in general doesn't do these type of team ups.
Nope.
The closest we've gotten has just been celebrities endorsing certain brands.
Right.
I mean, like Wild Turkey and
Matthew McConaughey,
who is currently, once that deal's up, if it isn't already, I forget if it was this year or next year.
I can't remember either.
That contract expired. But I mean, they introduced a whole line with the, what was that? I can't think of it now.
Which one? Long Branch?
Long Branch.
Yeah.
I mean, they introduced a whole new whiskey.
Right.
This is just, it doesn't have anything going for it.
Well, even with the Long Branch, like, what is it, $40?
Well, that's what I mean. This just seems like a weird collaboration.
But even the Long Branch, I don't think is worth $40.
I don't think you're wrong. It isn't really.
I think it's
not compared to the 101.
No. I'd rather grab a bottle of 101 for $20.
Right. But I mean, getting back to, that's a set of glasses that I'm looking at with WhistlePig. Is why? What is the point?
There is no point.
They're just celebrating 100 solar panel. You know what? Ooh, we're getting a call.
Oh, who is it?
Hey, Brooklyn.
What you doing?
Hey, 1 second.
1 second.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good. Yeah, work still or are you done?
I'm done. I'm at my house.
Cool.
Do you give consent to be recorded and use your voice to be used on the podcast?
Oh, this is actually a perfect podcast call. Okay. Yes, I do.
Okay. Because we have something to ask you too, but you go ahead first.
Okay, because this is a whiskey question.
Oh, I wonder if we're talking about the same thing. Okay, continue.
I just bought a giant platter of sushi from Lunds and Byerly's.
Okay.
Because I got a connection with the owner, and she said just text her beforehand, and they'll get a platter together for us. And so I did that. And then I was thinking, I'm going to the liquor store right now, because my dad needs some sour mix.
Okay.
But I was thinking, what whiskey pairs well with sushi?
WhistlePig.
I would actually say, I mean, you had the Japanese stuff, something a little smoky. So maybe like
right.
not too smoky. Maybe like a Talisker Storm or something.
Because I was just going to do Lagavulin, but I thought maybe that'd be a little bit too strong of a smoke.
Well, that might not be, but you could do Talisker Storm, and that's like $40, and I think that's a little less peaty. But
okay, well, what was your question?
So, Liquor Boy and I are talking about the new WhistlePig release. Have you seen that by chance?
No, I haven't. What is it?
It's a collaboration with a company that manufactures sunglasses.
Yeah, okay, I did see this. Okay, yeah. How much is it? Is it expensive? I'm sure it's expensive. It's Whistle Pig. It's got to be at least
They are
$100.
they are $65.
Oh, really? Oh, I'd buy that.
It is 43% alcohol, and it is a blend of wheat whiskey and rye whiskey, and it is non-age stated.
I would buy that for the novelty of it. I can't say it would actually be good, but I'm
Okay.
a sucker for that.
Okay. Have you had any
Is that
other Whistle
available?
Pig stuff?
Yeah, I have. I've tried a lot of the stuff that pretty much the only time I've had Whistle Pig is when I'm with you, because
Okay.
you have a lot of it.
Okay.
I think I tried one of their nicer ones, like $150, $200 bottle when we were at one of the, like tasting places.
Right.
Stock Dollinger, which is no longer a thing, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they still have whiskey. They still have a bar back there on the backside of Tequila Butcher.
Oh,
But
I did
they
see that
changed-
post.
Yeah, I saw them post
Yeah.
that yesterday.
Yeah, so it's not actually a separate restaurant anymore. So
Which is
kinda
weird.
curious.
I wonder why that decision was, or why.
It must not have been doing very well. Basically, the way they have it set up now is there's way more seating in the back, though. So I think it's so they can fit more people back there, too.
Okay.
So, because
So-
before it was kind of like they had those big dual chairs in the back, and now
Yeah.
it's like they have like 4-person tables, and then there's booths all the way around.
Sounds to me like the Tequila Butcher side was just not doing that well, and they needed more of the speakeasy.
I think
Maybe.
maybe the speakeasy wasn't doing
Okay.
well enough.
Possibly. Okay.
Or,
Yeah.
or maybe they just want more space. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm
that's true.
detracting from your topic here. I can
No,
let you
it's
guys
fine.
get back to it.
No, it was actually perfect to get your viewpoint on the Whistle Pig thing. So,
Is that something I can buy right now, or is that coming out?
well, we only know that it's at one liquor store right now, so it'll probably be rolling out more within the next week.
I'm gonna go inside of it this year and ask them.
Okay. Yeah. We saw it at 1010.
Oh.
Their post.
1010. Where's that? Is that Minneapolis?
1010 Washington.
Yeah, Minneapolis. 1010 Washington.
It's all gone.
It probably is all gone.
No, someone commented on the post and said it's all gone.
I doubt
That's
that
funny.
one would sell out. I don't. It's not like a limited release, is it?
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, it's probably
I kind of feel like it's more of like a novelty one, though. It's not like, oh, this is actually like really. It's kind of like, oh, it's a cheaper whiskey for Whistle Pig.
no.
It's a blend.
It probably
Mhm.
it is more of the novelty. They're supposed to be commemorating the fact that they're now 100% solar powered operated at the distillery, and then that's why they're teaming up with Pit Viper,
Oh, because sunglasses, solar. That's funny.
I guess. And then they're giving an undetermined amount of proceeds to everybody's solar, which we're not sure what organization.
No
that
idea
is.
what that is.
I'll have to look it up.
So, but it just seemed it seemed weird. We were talking about it, and their last edition they did was a Traeger collaboration.
Yep.
And it just seems weird that they're kind of where they're going to. So,
Yeah. I was trying to think, yeah, like what would the motivate? I just, trying to branch out, right? Whistle Pig is known, I think, the whiskey guys, but they're probably trying to inject themselves into the culture of the people that don't just like they are whiskey guys. You know what I mean? Like the guy
Right.
that maybe buys Jack Daniels, but now he's like, oh, I want to buy like a fancier bourbon or rye that. Oh, and he's like, oh, I like Traeger. Oh, I like Pit Viper. You're kind of you're injecting yourself into the. I'm trying to think of a PC way of saying it, but a certain like subclass of the middle class that exists.
Understood. Well, so here's my question: is how much on average is a pair of Pit Viper sunglasses? Do you know?
Back when I bought my pairs, I think they were like $60-$70. They might be a bit more than that now.
They're
because they're
100,
like
120, I think
about
now.
$100. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So they're
Liquor
still
Boy's saying they're like
cheap.
120 now, maybe
Yeah.
on some of them.
I think it depends which ones you get, because there's a cheap model that they make, and now there's a more premium model that they make too. There's
Okay.
like the OGs, and then there might be a little variance in price, but I think the normal ones are like 120.
70 to
Which
110.
For nicer sunglasses is cheap, kind of, but before, I think their quality has gone up because their first ones they came out with, they were like slightly above, gas station sunglasses.
Right.
Like they weren't that nice. You get a pair of Oakleys and stuff or Ray-Bans, you could definitely tell there's a higher quality. They're still overpriced for what they are, but they are nicer.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thanks for calling.
I'm gonna go see about that whiskey. Thanks for taking my call.
Yep.
You'll have to let us know if you pick one up.
Yeah, let us know if you get one, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye. And that was our caller, Brooklyn. Hopefully,
Wow, first time.
Hopefully that turns out decent on the audio.
Hopefully. That was, I mean, literally it could not have been more perfect timing.
No. Not even text him. Yeah, so I guess wrap up on thoughts on that whistle pig. I mean, I think our assumption was correct in the fact that it definitely seems like it's probably the people that are going to buy it are the Pit Viper people and not the whiskey people.
Right.
But that does seem like you're living in your audience.
Yeah, that's what I would think too. Because, I don't know. I feel like there's not many people that are whiskey people, but are also Pit Viper people.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
Without making like groups, but.
So final point on it, as I will say, is it seems silly as a whiskey enthusiast standpoint. It seems silly. I'm only interested in the point that they're mixing wheat whiskey and rye together.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. But for $65, dude, I just bought a Larceny barrel proof for $65. It's like, and that's like 9 years old.
Yeah,
but 9? I think 9.
I'm not a fan of Larceny, so I can't really talk.
But anyways, it's just like the
seems,
only people that are going to probably get it are the people that get Pit Vipers and like that. And that's nothing bad to be said about that. It just seems like they're limiting.
They're going for a very targeted audience.
Well, that's all I got to say on that viewpoint.
Yeah. Well, I got something.
Oh, you got something
interesting that I may or may
not have. I don't know
if
we're going to get to our wood thing.
I think that'll have to be a different episode.
I'm on it. Have you finished your glass?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we need something else to get us into it. Let's go.
Well, you can choose this time.
Let's take a break and we'll come back to it and we'll find something.
Okay.
All right. We're back from that break and we've selected one that I actually mispronounced. I said Larceny and I meant Bernheim, the wheat whiskey, cast strength. This is Bernheim batch A223, the barrel proof. These are age dated 7 to 9 years old.
Yep.
On the side label. The normal one is 7 years old. So this is kind of the same, but just stronger. So let's get into this.
So I got a little news thing.
Okay.
I guess I didn't even really know this was a thing.
Oh no, it broke.
So NASCAR.
Yeah.
I guess. So obviously NASCAR, kind of got its, I don't know, start, but bootlegging.
Right.
Prior to 2005, distilleries couldn't sponsor race groups.
I heard somebody was doing F1.
Oh, really?
Somebody is sponsoring F1. I don't remember who it is, though.
I don't know about that one. But I guess since then, Crown Royal, Brown...
Not Brown-Forman?
No, Brown-Forman.
Oh.
Jack Daniels, Clyde Mays.
Okay.
They've done some stuff, but the latest one. So it says, yesterday, the latest whiskey NASCAR partnership was revealed by Nelson's Greenbrier.
Oh, Nelson Greenbrier. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The Nashville-based distillery has announced its one race sponsorship of NASCAR Xfinity Series driver Stephen Parsons, Chevrolet Camaro.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting they're only doing one race.
Just one race.
Okay.
It's on, I guess
a special day. Okay.
June 24th, so 4 days ago.
Oh, so we missed it.
Yep.
Huh. Well, it's kind of cool.
And it was, interesting. It was at the Nashville Speedway. Nashville Super Speedway. Interesting.
It's interesting to think about. It does seem like brands in general have been able to get more endorsing deals. And we mentioned in the $30 episode that we did a couple weeks ago, the Scotch episode being, that I think Elijah Craig is in PGA endorsement.
Yep.
And I forget who's involved in F1 now, but it might be Jack Daniels. But it seems like there's been more acceptance in whiskey starting to be able to get into different markets of advertising.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is Jack. It's Jack Daniels. Their McLaren racing bottle.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep.
The McLaren Formula One team, 2023 edition. As far as I know, it's nothing different than a regular bottle of Jack, but it's got a little.
Yeah. No, it's just a
yellow
commemorative bottle.
Yeah.
What do you think of this wheat whiskey?
Smells like wheat whiskey.
It's got a kind of a cereal grain sweetness to it. A little bit of honey and vanilla.
Definitely get the honey. I don't get the vanilla very much.
No?
Never mind. There it is.
59.4% alcohol.
That's pretty good.
It's better than I remember the normal Bernheim. I was not really a fan of it.
I've never had the normal one.
It's cheap. I mean, it's like $30.
We have a bottle. I found it in like the deepest, darkest depths of our bar.
It's just not special.
No. We've been looking for one of these for a while.
Yeah, and I stumbled across it.
I found one up in like way northern Minnesota. I think it was $65.
It's a SRP.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't buy it. I don't know. I just didn't want it at the time or something, but
Yeah. No, I get it. Saving up for Kentucky.
yeah, that's going to be a big trip. Get a lot of good content and a lot of good bottles. Oh, what if we get to interview Jimmy?
Jimmy, we love you, Jimmy. Jimmy, please. I think we're starting to close in on an ending, I think.
Yeah.
On this episode. Man, I just can't get over the whistle pig thing for some reason.
Well, it's so strange.
Whistle Pig has a weird reputation around it because they were not a fan favorite already for their not revealing of where their sourced rye whiskey was from. And then when they did, they switched their marketing strategy to we're saving this rye that was going to be misused in blends from Canada, and we're saving it and highlighting it in its own,
Aren't
true
they
form.
blending it now though?
Well, not in the Canadian sense in the way.
Okay, right.
Like the way Canadians make whiskey is more like they make a corn whiskey, a wheat whiskey, a rye whiskey, and then distill it and then age those separately and then blend those post.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Whereas the American style is they make that mash bill and then make the beer and then distill that. So they're mixing the corn and all the grains doing it. So it's just a different way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is we don't really get any of the good things down here.
Good things from Canada?
Yeah. Like there's some nice lot 40s and stuff and different distilleries. Oh, there's a nice segue too is I showed you that photo of the Pacific Northwest Whiskey Trail.
Yep.
From Whiskey Advocate.
Mm-hmm.
I so want to go on that thing. Nick and I are talking about maybe taking motorcycles out next summer.
You have fun with that.
I'm excited.
Pacific Northwest is pretty cool.
It's awesome.
I don't have much. I haven't spent much time out there, but I have been to Westland.
Yep.
I knew nothing about whiskey when I was there. All I know is it just smelled, the whole building just smelled like malt.
Smells malty.
It was great, but I didn't appreciate what it was at the time. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather go to Kentucky, honestly.
No, I think in general, Kentucky definitely has more going on. But for me, it's a combination of Pacific Northwest is just a beautiful area to be in.
Right.
And Westland for me is in my top 5 distilleries.
Right. Westland for you is like Wild Turkey for me.
Right. Yeah. No, that is. Which I'm sure the listeners don't really understand how big that is.
You're right.
But the other thing is too that distillery or that trail has a couple Canadian distilleries on the Vancouver Island that would be awesome to go to. You have to take a ferry and start the trail, and then you end back in Portland, where Westward is, which is another great distillery, which I have not had the opportunity to try any of the stuff yet, but they are doing also amazing things, just like Westland is.
Interesting.
And at some point, I will get some bottles from them, and we will have it on this podcast, but that's pretty much going to do it. Yeah. I mean, we got to get back together, get the band back together and do some Balcona stuff. I also got some input from listeners that we have been requested, just endless amounts of comments.
All 3 of them.
All 2 of them. Ranging from, we need to do budget Isla, which I am a fan of.
Yep. I saw that one.
So we're going to do that at some point. Do a budget Isla.
What are you thinking, like $20-$30?
No, I don't think we set a price for that.
Just a lower amount.
I think we use our judgment at what budget means for that category. Because budget Isla is different from budget Speyside, budget Highland.
Right.
And we'll be doing $40 scotch next time, or at some point I should say. And I don't feel like it's fair to do a price range bracket again in a subcategory of scotch. Like we're not going to do that. That's kind of just a waste of time. So I think rather than doing that, I think we'll just use our own individual discernment of what budget is, and hopefully, I think we'll communicate to each other to not get duplicates.
Yep.
But I think we'll each select a bottle that we feel is a budget-oriented Isla, and we'll just
see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one is they want us to try Fireball.
I'm so disappointed. I've never had Fireball either.
You know who you are. Who knows? Maybe that'll become your favorite thing.
I will disown myself if that happens.
I got to ask, have you ever had Fireball and cider, hard cider?
No, because I don't like cider.
Oh.
I know, I'm weird.
You were dropped as a child.
Many times.
Yeah. Apple juice. I want my apple juice. Well, I think that's going to do it on this episode of the Whiskey House Pub House. It has been quite insightful, I feel like. We did some good topic discussion. And maybe next time we will have some more discussion topics. But please, if you're listening to us, if you enjoy these conversations that we have, please continue to help us out. Follow us on Spotify if you do listen to us on Spotify already. Go to our Instagram, Whiskey House Pub House Instagram. Liquor Boy has been helping out a lot on that. And help us out, follow us, and let your friends know. Yep. But that's going to conclude this episode of the Whiskey House Pub House. Join us next time. Goodbye.